This is the second day that we have had rain all day. It's been raining since I went to the gym this morning at 5:45, and it's gonna be raining for the rest of the day. But it's not cold, that's good. We just finished a board meeting, nonprofit board meeting. It got me thinking about this idea of how boards work versus how businesses work. And I really started asking myself, what are the central qualities of a board? What is it the board is doing for the organization? What is it the executive's doing for the organization? And in my mind, as I'm getting wet walking in the rain, I think the performance of the organization is totally up to the executive. It's up to that CEO. It's up to the person who's running the show day in, day out. They're responsible. But the board serves two really critical functions. Number one, the board helps the executive hone strategy. Number two is providing accountability. Those two things definitely are usually missing in small business owner world. There's not a lot of help honing strategy unless they go out and hire it, and there's not a lot of accountability unless they sign up for it, and that is the key. Where does a small business owner get accountability? Because they don't have a board of directors. And that accountability, it kind of has to come from an authority that's bigger than you. When you're a small business owner and you're at the top, you are the authority. You can volunteer for accountability, but there's a limit on how effective that's going to be, because if the accountability gets really, really uncomfortable, you can always just unvolunteer from it. Now, if that happened and you had a board of directors, the board would fire you. So there is definitely a higher level of accountability because you're subject to a higher level of authority. And that gets me to my next point. You can't be successful without accountability, but clearly there are business owners who are incredibly successful and they're not subject to a board of directors. Maybe they have a CEO roundtable, but that's that volunteer accountability we were talking about. So where does the accountability come from? The answer, it turns out, is pretty simple. That accountability comes from inside. It comes from your values, it comes from your convictions. And I think business owners who are successful have greater ability, greater impact to change the world than any other nonprofit, church, religious group, whatever you want to call it. Businesses have a power to do good, and business is moral, it is ethical. When it's not, it goes out of business, and we see that over and over and over again. Small business especially, that's true. Everything in small business happens on a faster scale than it does in large corporations. And trust me, if you're unethical, if you don't have a moral base, if you don't do the right thing, you're not going to be in business for very long as a small business owner. You know, I met with a business owner recently who fits this description to a T. He's grown his business from nothing to almost $20 million, survived 2 recessions, and he's done it by consistently making good choices, good ethical choices, and sometimes irrespective of what the general kind of consensus would be, conventional business wisdom or knowledge. I've seen him respond to customers who have made warranty claims way outside the warranty period. Not like months, but like years and years and years outside the warranty period. And he's gone back and he's honored their request to completely replace product. I mean, it's been incredible. And you kind of shake your head at it and go, well, why would you do that? And he said, I looked at the situation, heard what they had to say, and it was the right thing to do. Ultimately, it's your values, it's your convictions, it's the strength of your moral character that is going to make the difference in what you choose to hold yourself accountable to. Because ultimately, if those really are our morals, if those really are our convictions, we don't have a choice. We have to be held accountable to those things. And the guys and ladies who are really, really successful in business, they do that consistently. See you guys tomorrow.